The night the village lost its light. On an island where the nights were usually bright with moonlight, where the stars shimmered like tiny lanterns in the sky, there once came an evening when the light did not arrive. The sun slipped below the ocean as it always did. The sky softened from gold to pink to violet. Families finished their meals, children laughed softly, drums grew quiet, and everyone waited for the moon. But the moon did not rise. The sky grew darker and darker still. Clouds stretched wide across the heavens, thick and heavy. One by one, the usual sounds of the evening changed. The waves sounded louder, the wind felt cooler, shadows grew longer. Some of the children moved closer to their parents. Some of the elders looked up quietly, measuring the sky. The darkness was not angry. It was not dangerous, but it was unfamiliar. And unfamiliar can sometimes feel big. In a small home near the center of the village lived a young girl named Aroha. Aroha noticed the way the air had shifted. She noticed how people's voices had grown softer. She felt a small flutter in her chest, not fear, just uncertainty. She walked to the doorway of her home and looked out at the village. Everything was dim. She could barely see the path that led to the well. She could not see the edge of the trees. For a moment, she stood very still. Then she remembered something her mother once told her. When the night feels large, begin with one small light. Aroha turned back inside. She found a candle. It was not large. It was not bright enough to light the whole village. It was just one candle. She struck a small spark. The flame flickered once, twice, then steadied. A warm glow filled her home. The walls looked softer. The shadows stepped back, and Aroha stepped outside. She carried the candle carefully, shielding it from the breeze. The flame wavered, but it did not go out. A neighbor saw her, then another. "May I?" someone asked gently. Aroha nodded. They brought their own candles. One flame touched another, then another. Soon, small points of light began appearing across the village, near the well, by the trees, beside the doorways. The darkness did not disappear all at once. It simply grew less powerful, because now there was light. Children began to smile again. Voices lifted. Someone laughed softly. The waves no longer sounded loud. They sounded steady. The wind no longer felt cold. It felt cool and fresh. And as the village glowed in warm, flickering light, the clouds slowly shifted. The moon, patient and calm, finally revealed herself from behind the sky's curtain. Silver light poured gently down, but by then, the village no longer felt afraid, because they had remembered something important. Light does not need to be bigger to matter. It only needs to begin. Aroha stood quietly, her candle still glowing. She felt something steady inside her. Not pride, not excitement, just calm, because she now understood. Even when the night feels heavy, even when things seem uncertain, you can always begin with one small light. And sometimes that is enough. The candles flickered softly. The moon shimmered overhead. The village settled. And one by one, windows dimmed. Voices quieted. The island slept peacefully once more.